everyone, and welcome to the news of the week. Let's jump straight into it. So we still have, for the events, we still have the Builders Challenge, which is live until the 22nd of April. If you click on the event, it'll tell you all the important information that you need to know. And we also did an AMA, which you can go check out over on YouTube for the re-upload of that. Other events happening right now. Space Invaders in Shibuya 109 is still ongoing until the 14th of March. There are prizes for Avatar owners as well as Shibuya NFT owners, so go check that out. Love and Music Festival, it ends on March 28th. Lots of amazing prizes. There are prizes for landowners, avatar owners, open to all as well. And then also special prizes for set avatar owners. And if you are a landowner in a certain area of the map, all of that information is within the event card itself on the website. And I'll show you all of the amazing experiences that you can play. So Hellboy Avatar Collection, I believe you can mint right now. Minting has started, so you can mint right now 85 sand for this mint. There is also another Avatar collection that has an allow list out right now, and maybe the minting will have started by the time you see this news of the week, because it does span over a week. So this is the Magnificent Century Avatar collection. So pre-sale starts in 6 days. So for next news of the week, this will be mintable. One thing you guys may have noticed is a brand new tab opened up called Experiences. This is a brand new page within the Sandbox that is going to show you a bunch of experiences. So we got the featured experiences, the top rated experiences, experiences in events, and new experiences. So you can filter this way as well, so you can see, hey, what's new that's come out? What is something new someone has uploaded, and maybe find something cool in here. Top rated experiences. So really, if you are enjoying an experience, do make sure to go back and give that a rating, so you can make sure that other people get to enjoy those experiences like you have. Let's jump over to our mentions of the week. Our first mention of the week goes to the artist Barrow for this amazingly cute little character. Look at it. Look how cute she is. How well made. This, to me, this embodies both a very simplistic style while still adding those little details. Like you can see that they've rotated some voxels in the corner of the eyes, but it still stays, in my opinion, very true to a Sandbox style. Absolutely love this. So cute. So do check out Barrow. I hope I'm saying that correct. Barrow Voxel. Our next mention is for a seller. So New York train station. This is up for sale for 179 sand. This is so well detailed. It looks real nice. Like I'm looking at it, it's very detailed, very well put together. And one thing that I absolutely love is that you can test in Game Maker. So you can click that and see how it works within your experience before you purchase, like a try before you buy kind of situation. I also really like that in their description, they've put a preview video of it being used, which is really cool. So yeah, this is made by, hopefully I'm going to say this right, Yo Emkwi. I'm sorry for saying your name wrong if I have. Another artist that will be mentioned today is by Natty Kora, and hopefully I said that name right as well. And this is an asset within their experience from Hello Helpers. Amazing experience. You guys definitely should check out Hello Helpers. Very, very good experience. The experience of the week goes to AU24K for Hot Drops. Definitely, if you get a chance, go check out this experience. It's a lot of fun. Kay also does live streaming as well, so definitely go check out their streams. Make sure to go follow them on socials too. Thank you so much for joining us for the news of the week, and now back to your regular scheduled content. Bye bye.
Hey, welcome to the stream. Today I'll be going. Today I'll be going through how to make a endless runner game. So we're going to start from scratch and set that up with the rule system. It looks like my camera's a bit blurry. Let's see if I can fix it. Config. Let's zoom in just a bit. There we go. Teehee. Hello. Alright, so hello everyone in chat, welcome. It's really hot here today, here in Australia, Melbourne, 38 degrees Celsius, and I am sweaty, but last week I had a cold, so I don't have that anymore, so I'd rather be a bit sweaty than have a cold, but got a kookaburra cup as well. So today we're going to make an endless runner. An endless runner is basically a game where your avatar's locked in a position like up or down or left and right, and you have objects coming towards you non-stop, and you got to collect coins along the way and see how long you live, and progressively make it harder. There is a game on our website that does this quite well. Let me just bring up a page for that. Here. Okay, now we can go to the Sandbox website, and we got our new experiences page here, and you can see all our wonderful games that we can play, and they're getting better and better and nicer, so another year from now Sandbox is going to be really good, with big improvements such as save features and awesome mechanics I can't talk about yet. But better rule system as well, and optimized so games load faster in the future, things like that. But this one here, Energy Run, I believe it comes second place in the game jam, I believe, if I recall correctly. And this one's a good example of an endless runner game where you play until you die, and you use your points that you've accumulated to unlock better gear and then hop back in on a treadmill. So this is a good example of an endless runner. I'm going to show you just basics of how to set something up in the rule system to get that sort of effect, and then you can just take that idea and modify it as you need. But yeah, just want to show you how it's done and whatnot. But yeah, we'll go through that together. We'll do a space one. I like space. We'll see if we can lock the avatar and make it. I don't like jumping because you can't alter the jump speeds and heights, so you can't really make a sideways endless runner exciting, I believe. So you need the endless runners where they're coming towards you from the distance. I think that works best. Just want to make sure I'm still streaming. Can you guys see me? Is it all working? It looks like it is. Cool. Alright, so I'm not talking to myself. That's great. Alright, so let's hop in. First thing we're going to do is change the avatar. So I've got an avatar that we can make custom, and we're going to make that the astronaut. Well, I had an astronaut. I guess the renaming of it didn't happen, so that's fine. Thanks for the confirmation, Ghana. So we're going to go here and select our avatar, and that will be our astronaut. And I did have asteroids. These were made by Gundam Z, both the astronaut and the asteroids, quite a while ago. And we're going to use these assets. So we'll place them down so you can see what they look like. You can see the twirly action, which is great. Gives it more life when the assets do move. And we'll go ahead and bring our avatar portal back. And we kind of need walls now. Walls for climbing and walls for encasing the avatar. So we can just type in, I don't know, 256. And we can use a 256 by 256 if we've got one. We might not. I haven't used this account in a while. I usually make my own fun games with my son or my Magic Monsters project, which I haven't been able to work on it for a while. If not, we'll just make an asset from scratch. Doesn't take long. I just wanted to see if it was actually in here. Saves me from making it again. Don't think that's big enough. No, we haven't got one, so we'll go ahead and quickly make a 256 by 256 panel in the Vox edit, and we'll upload it, and we'll use this for the avatar to climb on and to encase them inside a box. So we'll go to animator, we'll create a new asset, we'll call it 256 by 256. We'll add a holder, and we'll create a new VXM, call it 256, and we'll go ahead and change the dimensions. And the thickness of it, I don't know really. You can do 1. I don't like to be so thin because sometimes things can get through, so I'll just do 5 for this example, and we'll make it a bluish color and fill it in with the bucket. We'll go ahead and change the anchor to be the center and the floor, and we'll go back, whoops, save that one, and we'll export this to our workspace. Cool. We'll save and upload to workspace. Now this takes a little bit to load, so bear with me. Bring the page over here so you can see. I'm logged into the wrong account here on Vox Edit. So I'll go ahead and change that. And we'll try that again. Upload to workspace. Alright, so we're creating a new asset. We'll make it a prop. We confirm, and we'll just call it 256 by 256 wall. Make it other prop and common and create asset. Now this should show up in the game maker to use pretty much straight away. So we can see it's ready. And we will close this one. And now we just type in 256 and you can see our wall is here. You can see we've got a nice big wall to use. Awesome. For this one, we're going to add climbable. And this should give us the option to climb on it. So we'll go ahead and test that out. And we can change the animation of the astronaut so it's a jetpack instead of climbing. But we can do that later when we do some polishing. cool. We're going to duplicate this one, and we're going to try to squeeze the avatar in. So there's not much room for it to wiggle about. I don't know if I can keep them gripping without them being able to jump off, but it's something we can test. So we'll get rid of the visuals, and we'll probably duplicate this. So do we want 8x8 or 8x16? We'll do 8x16 as the room for the avatar to move from left to right. Whereas if we had just an 8x8, it's probably simpler, easier to set up. So we'll probably do that to begin with. We can always alter it. Something like that. And we'll go ahead and just line that up so both sides are equal. And make sure that this avatar portal is good. And I don't know if this works. If we remove collisions, it probably doesn't. And having a wall behind us only works when we lock the camera. So we'll go ahead to gameplay, camera. We'll do a angled, and we want to lock the camera. And we'll go ahead and test that out. Okay, we want to see the asteroids coming towards us. So we need to change the camera so it is 0, I think. There we go. So being able to jump down is quite annoying, but that's okay. There's probably a workaround for that too, but I don't know about it. And we just need a wall here to stop the avatar from leaving. So I probably have some sort of other asset that would be more appropriate, like this one, where it's thinner. And we can just block off the sides with this asset instead. And we'll just turn off the invisibility. We'll turn on invisibility, turn off the visibility. And we can now just block the avatar in this climbable box, pretty much. For this example. Of course, you can do many different ways. You don't have to lock the avatar in a box. And I can have it so if the player goes too low, there's no floor and you die. So that could prevent the player from jumping down. Something like that. Good morning everyone. Ah, so you want to obtain the golden numpad, I see. I have minted 10 of them. And I meant to distribute them out to people that won it last time, but I forgot who won them, except for CCNC. I know that they won a golden numpad, so I'll probably have to track all that down and whatnot. I'll let future Peter handle that. So we'll go ahead and you can see that one asteroid here is probably too big for a blockade that small. So what we can do here is we can expand this. Do something like that. Bring in the sides. We could probably even make it taller, but we'll keep it easy for this example. Next we're going to if possible, maybe I had the wrong thing selected. Delete the base. And we probably need something for the floor as well. So if we deleted this, we will have no floor. So we'll go ahead and duplicate this and just bring it down to the bottom. So now we're kind of floating in the air. And this will be our, yeah, we don't really want to run along the bottom because that's kind of weird. Hey, the camera is, it's blurry. All good. Alright, so we'll go avatar portal and we'll make this one invisible so we don't see it at the start of the game. And we're going to add a numpad. Yeah, we just used a regular numpad. We'll add that to the bottom, and that's going to include our weather. And we'll make that so it works at the start of the game. And we want everything to be black because we're in space. We'll just make it a bit darker. No sun color, no moon color. We can make the shadows a bit darker. And we can preview this one. And now we're in space. If we add stars, does that help? Yeah, we can add star intensity, but as you can see, the stars are only on the top half. You can't see any on the bottom half. It would be nice that if this was all the way around for this sort of thing. But, you know, we work with what we've got. All right. So here's our numpad for the weather. And we'll just turn that invisible and no collisions. And what we can do here is we can duplicate, and we're going to have, this is basically going to set up our border range so we know where we're working with. Something like this. Alright, and we're going to bring this all the way across, out in the distance, till we can't move any further. So this is our borderline here. Cool. So we're going to work with everything in between, and we're going to make these the asteroids that come towards us and that we need to dodge. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is add a basic platform, and we want to point it in the right direction. So the direction is down this way, so this is not going in the right direction. You want to change it so it does, so it's a negative z value, and the other side of the map is 90. So if we spawn it here, we want it to go past, so maybe 100. Cool. We can have a wait duration of say 10 seconds. Itchy neck. And we can have increased speeds as we go along. It'll take 10 seconds to reach if we do max, which is a while to wait, but we can do that. And we can add a tag as well, and that tag will be space, or just rock. Let's just do rock. We're going to go ahead and add that to all of these as well. So highlight all three, make that 0, we'll do negative 100, make that full speed, 10 seconds, and add the tag rock. And you can see they're all going in the right direction. Cool. Alright, so we got biggest rock, and we'll go ahead and put that as a preset. We can do rock size 4. And for this one, we can be rock size 3. Save that as a preset. Next one, we do rock size 2. Save that as a preset. And the last one here is rock size 1. And we save that as a preset. Cool. Now we don't have anything to actually hit the avatar and detect that this is something that the avatar is supposed to avoid. We can do that with a volume. I think that might work. We will have to test it. And we want the sphere to be basically enough to go around the asset, and if touched, you lose. We could do a box. I don't think it'll make much difference, but let's test it out. And we can make this a bit tighter. Maybe that would be a bit better. Yeah, and if we enter, we can say kill avatar. And the avatar will die when we set that up. We'll go ahead and save over that preset, which is rock size 4. And we need to kind of do that for all of them and adjust the volume to the size of the asteroid. So go ahead, type in kill.avatar, edit the logic, make that a box, make that 1 by 1 by 1. And now we can just go ahead and alter this as needed. Maybe this is like 1.2 by 1.2 by 1.2. Maybe we can do a bit smaller than that, just to get a little bit more accurate. I think that's a bit better. We'll use that. And we'll save that as, whoops, as a preset over number 3. This one's a little smaller, so we'll probably need to cut this back from 1 to something like 0.8, 0.8, and 0.8. This one makes a little more sense. So we'll go ahead and save that one. That should work. Kill avatar, whoever enters it, and rock. Cool. Go ahead and save that. Rock 2. And the same one here, we'll probably need to make that even smaller again. 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. This one probably needs to be a bit bigger. Yeah, something like that. We could even make them collectibles. So that's another way we can do it as well. So if we don't want to use volumes as a spacing, what we can do here is we can remove the volumes. We can put collectible, and this will be collision based, so when our avatar actually touches it, and the message here can be kill.avatar. We can even do injure avatar, so we don't have to kill them from hitting one asteroid. It could be if they hit like 3, then they die. It gives them some sort of leeway, or we can be a bit harsh and just make them avoid all the blocks. So we'll probably use this one as our method, so we'll go ahead and test that out. We'll go ahead and save over all the presets that we made. Cool beans. All right. And we need something to kill these asteroids when they go past me, so that way they don't come backwards again. So they end up over here. And what I can do is with this weather switcher, I'll just duplicate this one. We will have a, I can preview that again. Here we can have a volume, and a volume we can have as a box, and we can look for specific tags in range, and we can make this one just a bit smaller. Something like that. If it detects the rock, it will send the message kill rock, and we send that to the triggering actor. So when the rock goes in and triggers this, it will send a message kill rock. We can go back to our rocks, and we don't have anything to kill them off. So what we can do here is we can add a health component to all 4. And we want to have kill rock as the message. We want it to die instantly, and we don't want to see its health. And now when the rock goes into the triggering actor, it should send a message to kill itself. So let's go ahead and again save over our presets. Now that we've added our adjustments, awesome, cool. I think we got everything here that's needed. We can have this as 3 seconds. I don't think it matters. But let's just see it coming towards us. Now I'm going to change the space. I don't like the half the stars. So I can kind of kill. Let's move our camera a bit closer. Let's do 10. 10 is not good either, because you can't really see the rock in front. But when the rocks go past, you kind of don't see the explosion. So let's adjust this a bit. Let's even go 15. And we'll move this whole 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll move that ahead a bit. We can still see the explosion. I'll see if I can make that just a bit thinner and move this just a bit forward a bit more. I don't want to see explosions, and I don't want it to be You could climb the... Yeah, I see. Alright, cool. I'll go ahead and save that. We haven't saved it since working on it, so if it crashed, that would be pretty awful. So better get that out of the way. Alright, so we got our 4 corners here, which is our area of attack. So we want to fill this up with asteroids that will be released, and we'll go ahead and delete these. And we will bring a few numpads. We probably want to tackle about 4 areas, 4 to 6 areas here. Something like this. And what we want here is to add basic platforms to these. And we want this to go in the right direction. And that seems to be fine. We don't want it to wait at any point, and we want this to go as fast as possible. So 15, 9.1 and 0. We'll go ahead and do that for all of them. 15, 9.1 and 0. And so now if we watch from a distance, we should be seeing these basic platforms moving really quickly back and forth. Yep, we can see that, and it's working. That's great. And we're going to go ahead and duplicate these, and we're going to bring them on this side. And we're going to make this minus 15, and we'll make these a bit slower. We'll make them 3.3. Now this should have applied to all of them, and it has. Cool. And we want to attach an asset spawner to each one to bring out one of those meteorites towards us. I don't know if it'll spawn in the right direction, so we're going to have to do a test and then rotate the asset spawner as needed. So go ahead and make this an asset spawner. We want to use the preset, and we'll use one of the presets we've used, which is the rock. Edit the logic, and we want to send a message RNG 1. Cool. I'm going to use one of these. Hey, why do I have all these weather events? I must have duplicated the weather. Silly goose. Alright, we're going to add a timed event, and we don't want to wait for message, and the message will be RNG1. And basically what we want to see here is, does the asset spawner spawn in the right direction? Asset spawner 1, asset spawner high speed. So we'll go ahead and asset spawner 1, and we'll add it to our high speed. And if we test that out, after 1 second it shoots an asteroid, and it looks like it's going in the right direction. If it hits me, I collect it, but I don't die. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I do die by putting the right message, which is kill avatar. And we want to die pretty much straight away. So we'll go ahead and test that out again. And hitting the asteroid should kill us. And it does. All right, cool. All right, so all of this does work in the right direction, and we got RNG, RNG1 working here. So what we can do here is we can delete these ones, and we can duplicate this, duplicate it again, and duplicate it again. Something like that. And what we can do here is we say 2 and 2. This one can be 3 and 3. And this one here can be 4 and 4. And we'll go back to the 2, and we want to spawn rock number. Okay, so I got 1 on 1. So let's go back to 1, and we'll make this 1. We'll go to 2, we'll make this 2, we'll go to 3, make this 3, go to 4, make it 4. That's one way to do it. And we can delete these ones, and we can duplicate with Control D, bring them over here. And what we can do here is -15 and say 3 point, or just 3. And we can do that for all of them, so they're going in the right direction and they're a bit slower. So we have some sort of variety in speeds. And we don't want them to be very linear as well. We're going to use a rule system for that one, and a message broadcaster that ticks off every second or so. So what we can do here is we can add a message broadcaster. We want it to go on forever and have 1 second gap, or even a 2 second gap. And we're going to go to rules, and we're going to say trigger RNG. So this will send a message every 2 seconds to the rules saying trigger RNG. We'll go now to our rule system. Before we do, I'm going to save, and then we'll hop into the rules and we'll set something up. Awesome. All right. The first thing we want to set up is a points system, right? So we're going to have points, and we will show it at the bottom in the first spot. Cool. Next, we're going to have a rule which displays a variable HUD. Let's say show rule, or show HUD. And we want to see the points, and we want it to be true. So as soon as the game starts, we should see the points. Cool. Next, we want to we're going to roll a random number. So I'm going to go trigger RNG, and we're going to roll a number between 1 and 4. And the variable we're going to use is a new one called RNG1. So that's our new number. And the message we send is RNG1. Or, yeah, we will do that, RNG1. Then we're going to do a comparison, and we're going to compare numbers. Here we're going to send RNG1 to compare numbers, and we want to compare our RNG1 variable. If it equals 1, we can send a message send RNG1. Sorry. send RNG1 dot 1, and then we can duplicate it. And if it equals 2, we can send RNG1.2, duplicate it. If it equals 3, we're going to send RNG 1.3. And the last one here, if it's 4, we're going to send RNG 1.4. And this is for RNG 1. What we can then do is just RNG 1. What we can do is duplicate the whole rule set, and now we've got a copy of it. And what we can do here is we can create a new number called RNG2, and we'll select that, and we can go ahead and select RNG2 for each one of these. We'll use the same number for RNG trigger. 1 and 4 is still fine. You can add more or less, it's up to you. We'll go ahead and add RNG2, 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 and send RNG 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, and 2.4. Okay, so now we'll go back to our rules, and we've got the asset spawner here, and what we can do is we can change this message to whatever it needs. So send RNG 2.1, send RNG 2.2, send RNG 2.3, and send RNG 2.4. And we can go ahead to the other ones here, and we can send RNG 1.1, RNG 1.2, RNG 1.3, and RNG 1.4. Alright, I'll go ahead and make these all invisible. We'll save that and see what it looks like in the play. We can adjust it as we need it. I don't know how this will work out, but you know, that's why we're here, to learn. So you can see there is a symmetry because of the message system coming out with the exact same ones. So what we can do here is we can mix it up a bit. We can grab these two, move it down, move this across, move this down. So we have here trigger RNG every 2 seconds. Here we can do another one. We can have message broadcaster. We can trigger it forever and have that every second goes to the rules. It'll be trigger RNG1, and we'll go to our rules, and we can change this one here to be trigger RNG1, and we can send this one trigger RNG2. So we'll go back to our rules, and we'll make the second line trigger every 2 seconds with the rules. And they're a bit different in timing, so they're not exactly the same. We can even say, I think we can do decibels here. So if we go 2.25, and this one here can be 0.8, and we should see a bit more variance now and unpredictability in which ones are sent and which ones are randomized without the patterns looking the same. And now we've got some sort of variance for our endless runner. And each game will be different. And you don't want things to be hacky where you can sit in a corner. You can see there is a I kind of dodged that one, but we can set things up in the corner as well, so people can't just hang around in certain areas and stay safe. So we can see now that we've got an endless runner kind of feel. Now we can add like a points system to be attached to this as well. And we'll see if we can add some better sky to this as well. Go ahead and duplicate this. And we will make it a VFX. And we can make this one a space VFX. I don't know which one is spacey. I don't really play with much of these. Is it the top one? Area dust? Maybe? Preview? Yes, okay, good. Let's make the scale area bigger. Maybe 50. Scale it up. What's it look like? Not enough. 100. And let's remove the stars. I think we can remove a lot of that. And then we can keep some of it. But I think these stars here would probably match better, and it kind of just sits out at a range of the avatar. So you can still see there's stars and there's like parallax in now. I'll move it down a bit further because it looks like the floor is being seen. Something like that. Would that be better? Yep. Now we can see the wall behind us. It's backwards. Oh, that's interesting. The climbing's backwards, so if I move left it goes right, and if I go right it moves left, so it kind of like confuses you. Up and down still work the same though. Thanks CCNC. It's a really quick job, to be honest. The assets help sell it. Gundam used some really nice textures for the asteroids. Alright, so we've got a point system, and we can put in a time event as well, so we can base it on how long you live or how many points you collect. So we can do either of those. And we can add more complexity to all of this as well. Same with these. So these asset spawners, I can always make them spit something out so that way it's not going to cause the player to hide in the corner. So maybe I can do RNG1. I can make this one send RNG1. And same, this one I use for a timed event, which we don't need anymore because we have a proper message broadcast system for that. So we'll go asset spawner, I'll go ahead and do rock size 4, and we can make this one RNG 1.2. I'll go ahead and duplicate that one, bring that down here, and we'll make this one RNG 3, and we'll duplicate this one, and we can make this one here RNG 4. And that way the corners are always covered. and we'll always get hit with something, so it prevents the player from hiding. But I don't have anything for the bottom row here, so I want something that's on the floor a lot. So go ahead and duplicate this one, and we'll bring this one down. We can even do a fifth number if we want. We probably will have to, otherwise these two will be identical each time and it'll be noticeable. Or we can change the speed of this one, so it's like 6.5, and then we can grab something over here, duplicate it, put it at the bottom, and we can have a number. Oops. Here we go. RNG 1.1 is fine. Or maybe RNG 2.1, and we'll just make the speed 2.1. Something a bit different. Okay, cool. We'll go ahead and save that, and we'll start doing the collecting of the coins. So collecting the coins is what will give player the points. So let's bring out a coin asset. We got a spinning coin. We'll go ahead and use that. Place that down, and we'll bring it up all the way over here. Okay, so we've got our coin. We want it to be collectible, and once it's collectible, we're going to add a score. So we'll do a coin collection, and we'll say score. We'll have an argument. We're going to add a number, and we'll call that score. Click create, and we can put whatever score we want here. Let's say we give the player 35 points for each coin that they collect. We want to broadcast that to the rules, and we'll give this tag rock because we've got the assets, the trigger up here that kills things like the rocks that go past. We also want to kill the coins that go past, so we'll go ahead and give it a health, and we'll give it the tag rock, which we already have. And we can say, what was the message? Was it just kill rock? What did we use? Kill rock. Okay, makes sense. And we'll go ahead and kill rock. We'll make it die instantly. We don't want to see its health. Everything else is fine. And we'll go ahead and add a basic platform. Basic platform will be, as always, we'll make it 100. We'll make it quick, and the duration for this one is 3 seconds is fine. Okay, we'll go ahead and save this as a preset. Just call it coin. We'll go ahead and add it to our presets, and when we collect it, we want to send a score to the rule system. Okay, we'll go to our rule system now and add the scoring. So we added a show value for points. Now we want to add the points, so we'll go to we'll do it over here. So we'll go rules and add and subtract number. What we want to do is add, we pick up a coin, so we use the score. We're going to add to our points, and the amount of points we're going to add is not going to be a fixed value. If I put 10 here, it's always going to add 10 when a coin is collected. What we're going to do is add a message argument. it's going to use whatever numbers attached to the coin, so we can have different values, but this one is going to be 35 each time. Cool. And that's pretty easy. Now we want to add an RNG system for the coin spawner. So similar to this, we'll duplicate. And what we can do here is say RNG coin, and we can have the value between 1 and 6 for this one. And we'll go ahead and add a new variable, and we'll call that RNG coin. So we need something else to trigger RNG. And we only have up to 4, so we're going to duplicate these 2 more times. Change this to 5 and 6. And what we'll do here is say RNG coin send, and we'll go ahead and add that to the top of all of these. And it's going to check the value of RNG coin, and if it equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6, it will either send coin 1, send coin 2, send coin 3, send coin 4, send coin 5, and send coin 6. And the message we want to send is RNG coin. So we'll go ahead now and create a new message broadcaster. So we'll duplicate this one. And the message we're going to send here is rng.coin, and we're going to send this forever. We'll say every 6 seconds we will send a coin to the rule system RNG coin, and we can actually do it every 5 seconds, 4 seconds. We'll do every 4 seconds, and we'll make 2 numbers not spawn a number, spawn a coin, so there's a chance that it won't spawn on the 4th. We'll see how that goes. Alright, so what we'll do here is the same concept. We'll duplicate this one, and what we can do here is say coin 1 and coin 1, and this asset spawner will spawn out a coin when we have the message sent from the coin. So the coin we sent a message, send coin 1, send coin 2. So we'll go ahead and say send coin 1, and this will go across the screen with the basic platform and send a coin. Now we want this to be different from the speed of the asteroid here, otherwise it will always be spawning inside of the asteroid. So what we want to do here is just have it a little bit off center. And we don't want it to be off screen, so we can do say -12. There we go. And it's going to kind of be in between asteroids. And that will send coin 1. We can duplicate this one. And in between this one, we can be over here. And we'll say coin 2, coin 2. And this one here will say 12, so it's going in the opposite direction. And We'll have different speed here. We can have 4.4. We'll go ahead and duplicate this one. Bring this up here. This one here will be coin 3. And with coin 3, we can have again a different speed. We can have -13, and we'll have a speed of 5.5. And the last one here will duplicate. We'll bring it up in between the others. And this one here will be coin 4 and coin 4. And this one here will be 6.9. Why not? And we just need to change the messages. So this one's send coin 1. This one here will be send coin 2. This one here will be send coin 3. And this one here can be send coin 4. Now, if the numbers 5 or 6 get rolled, no coin will be sent. So that's like the gaps in between. And we'll go ahead and save and test this one out and see if this one works as intended. Okay, so you can see a coin spawn straight away. And it's kind of like in between. You have to like risk getting it or not if it's too close to an asteroid. But you can see our points are going up each time we collect it. And you can see it's randomized. Some might be worth getting, some might be worth avoiding, depending on the asteroid and the kind of positions. You can see the one on the left, I just missed that. This is as fast as the basic platform can go. It would be nice if I can speed it up or slow things down with power-ups or time. Something that might come in the future. I can't get that one. And this one here is a bit risky, but I'm able to get it. And you can see this endless runner will just keep going. And we can add new things later on. So after like 30 seconds of gameplay, we can add bombs, things that blow up. So yeah, we can add a time factor now. So let's go back to our rule system. And we can add a variable called time. We'll just call it time. We want to show it at the bottom. We can make that position 2. Let's call it game time. And the rule for this one is to start timer. And what do we use to start the timer is the game starts pretty much straight away. So what we can send is just a one-off message. So we'll duplicate a message broadcaster. We can say broadcast only once. We only want to do it once, and that's start timer. It sends the start timer to the rules as soon as the game begins only once. So we'll go to our rules and we put in here start timer, and we select our timer, and the duration can be so this is for counting down. We want to count upwards, so what we can do here is do start stopwatch, and stopwatch counts upwards. So click start timer, we'll select our timer, and we don't need a message to stop, but you can add that if you wanted to. It puts that to 0, so you don't want to stop it, you want to pause it. So you do pause time if you ever want to pause this value. But I think that's it, so let's see if that works. Yep. So you can see the timer at the bottom, and there's single digits. I don't know if we can increase that. Let's have a look. So we can change the formatting, so we can add extra zeros. If a game is going to be close and you want more specific timing to see who gets further, and that one's more useful. And now you can see at the bottom we have a timer and some points. And we'll go ahead and die from an asteroid. And we died, but we haven't added any end game event. So if we die, the timer keeps going and I can continue, which is not what we want to do. So let's add a pause event. So how can we do this? So instant death message is kill avatar. Message sent on death is end game, and we can send that to all. So end game and all. So we can go now to a message broadcaster. We can put it on here. It doesn't matter. And it's going to listen for the message end game. When it receives that, we want to send to the rules stop timer. And we could go to the gameplay rules. Now we want to stop this timer. So if we go pause time and we say stop timer, and the time we want to stop is that, and the pause state will be true, and that will be it for that one. And once the stop timer happens, I don't know if we can have a HUD pop up, but let's have a look. We'll have a rules, we can add a banner, and we can say stop timer, and the variable we want to display is, I don't know, your points. And how long do we want to display it for? 3 seconds. And we can say I don't know, we can have defeat or victory. And we can kind of add that here. We'll see if it works. Okay, let's test that one out. So I died. There's our points on the screen, and there's our time. So you can see that it ends the game, it pauses the time, it finalizes the score, and that ends. We can even teleport the player to a checkpoint, because if you go to player controller components, you can see it respawns tags to checkpoint. So what we can do here is we can duplicate again another numpad. We can bring it down here. We will give it a checkpoint tag, and we'll just go ahead and add a couple of blocks just to see if that works. So we'll hit the first asteroid that we can, and it kind of did teleport me. I just probably didn't have that above the ground, as you can see. And that can be in the avatar box as well. So I can have a box, an avatar box. something like this. Press end on the keyboard to put it on the floor. I can go ahead and make that invisible, and I can go ahead and remove that. So now when I die, it should just put me into the box under the map, or at the bottom of the map, pause the timer and tell me my score. And there we go. 0.0, game time 9.74, and defeat. So we got a starting condition, we have an end condition, we have a point system, and we have a time system. We have an endless system that randomly spawns every few seconds or so, and we can even probably increase the variation after a certain time. So what I mean by that is, at the moment, let's see, just trying to find my message broadcasters. So you can see we've got delay every 2 seconds, and we have coins every 4 seconds. We've got a start timer, that's okay. And where's the other one? Was it over here? Yep. And this one's every 1 second. I can bring that over here too. And what we can do here is we can add, I'll move the RNG coin. We can add more coins as well. But what I wanted to show is highlight these 3. Whoops. That's what I wanted to do. And then we're going to add a toggle behavior. And we can have that on to begin with. And we can duplicate these and have these ones off to begin with. And we can have a thing happening in the background. So we can have we have a start timer, which starts the timer. We can go ahead and do a start timer as well. So I don't think we can compare time, but we can compare numbers. I don't think this works. So what we can do here is start timer. We'll go ahead and say that to be start timer. The variable we're gonna actually, no, let's do add and subtract number. We'll say add number, and the number we want to add is a back end timer. So we're not going to seed this timer, but it will be in the back end, and we want to change it by 1 each time. And then we'll say check value, and we'll go ahead and do a compare numbers, and we're going to check value of our back end timer, and if it's greater than 30, we can say speed.2, and we can copy this one and say if it's greater than 60, we can have speed.3. We can duplicate that again, and if it's greater than 90, we can have speed.4. But we don't want this to check each time. So what we want to do here is we can say equals, equals, and equals. So if it equals 30, send 60, send 90, speed 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so I'm going to add number and do speed 3, 2, 3, and 4. So add number is what we need to pay attention to. So what we'll do here is we'll duplicate this one, and we want to broadcast this forever. Every second we're going to add number, and that's going to add to our rule system. What we can do here is that these are turned on straight away. We can turn it off with is it speed 2? I'm pretty sure it's speed 2. Just going to double check. Speed 2. Okay, so what we're going to do is turn this one off with speed 2 and turn these ones on with speed 2. So what we're doing here is this one here can be sent, say, every 3 seconds, and this one can be sent every 1 second. Now when it goes on to the next one, this can be every 1.5 seconds, and this one can be every 0.75 seconds. And what we can do here is turn this off with speed 3, and we can duplicate these. And we can turn this on with speed 3 and turn it off with speed 4. Now with this one, we're going from 1.5 and we can do 1. And here we're going from 0.75, we can do 0.5. This one here can remain the same. We can always add more coins. If we want more coins or less coins, we can do that. So delays between coins is every 4 seconds. Then we can say every 3 seconds. This one's every 2 seconds. And we can duplicate this one here. And this one will turn on with speed 4. And we don't have to turn it off. This can be our end game. So 1 second each coin will spawn. Every 1 second. So what do we do here? We did 3, 2, 1, and here we can do 0.5, and this one here can be 0.25, and 1 coin every second. So now what we've essentially done is at the 30-second mark, it's going to speed up the spawns. So it makes it more difficult, and we're going to add the variable to be seen at the bottom. We'll do it on the left, just so you can see the value, and then we can see the spawn as it happens. Actually, I'm going to save it because it might crash the game maker with too many spawns, so I'll rather save the changes that I made before testing. Now you can see our back end timer in the top left corner. It is ticking upwards, and you can see the rate of spawn of our asteroids at this stage. And what we're looking for is when that timer hits 30, do the coins come out faster and do the asteroids come out more? So we're about to hit that, and go. I can't really tell if it has increased. It kind of has, I think. Let's wait for the 60-second mark and see if it does even more. Okay, 60 seconds is hit. And there is more now spawning, I believe. It does feel a bit more crowded. The coins aren't coming out as rapidly as I thought. Okay, yeah they are. The coins are coming out. And 90 seconds. So 90 seconds now should be spawning quite a lot, quite quickly. You can see a coin spawning every second now. So if you're correct with the judgment, and then I got hit. So I got 525 points in 1 hour 48. Awesome. Have you checked our game Energy Run? It's endless too. Yeah, at the very start of the stream, I spoke about your game and showed it on the actual experience page. So that's what I was basing it off. Well, I've made this concept earlier than the game jam, but I was telling people that this is a good example, Energy Run, of an endless run-up, and just basically showing people how to set up a just a basic concept on how to set up a not an energy run, a endless runner. Sorry, mispronunciation there. So this one is good. I think this is going to work now as intended. This avatar box is being used, so I'm wondering if I can make this a publish so we can test it out. Maybe do a quick test. Maybe do a NFT giveaway. Let's see if I can sort that out. Give me a second. I don't know if I can transfer this with the avatar box. It might break my game. So what I'll do is I'll delete the avatar box. And I'll have some black blocks on it. Metaverse black. Something like that. I'll go ahead and save. I don't think I used the barrier on anything else either, but I'll check it out. So let me go to main menu, and on the website I will bring that up so you can see. So yeah, as I was showing earlier about the endless runner, make sure you do test out Energy Run on the experiences page. It did rank top 5 or top something or other in the for the week for the Builders Challenge, and also comes second place in the Game Jam. So do check out a properly done endless runner where time was actually spent. And there's things that attack you and things like that. So when you take this basic concept, this logic that I'm showing, and apply it to an idea, you can get some really good results. What I'm showing you is just basic concepts, showing you how to set up basic things in the rule system, and how to get things to spawn, and using the rule system and RNG to bring out randomness. And as you can see, we sped things up and increased the spawn rate. This is a good example of that. Now we're going to go to experiences. If it wants to load. Nope, it doesn't. That's okay. Let's try again. There we go. Endless runner. Everything's invisible. Looks like there's nothing here. It's pretty funny. Let's transfer experience and let's send it to CyberDragon Games. I'll click continue. 2 assets in use. That and that. 66 experiences affected. Why is this many experiences affected? What are you using? It's that barrier, huh? Is that barrier an issue? I know this is not a problem. That might be a problem though. Okay. Let's go back in. We'll change that out. And then we'll send it across. We only used 4 instances of this asset. So what I can do here is just delete them. Actually 6 instances, because it's underneath as well. I'll just go ahead and duplicate this big floor. It doesn't matter. The game is not going to be much difference in optimization due to having bigger assets for this small concept. And hopefully can't escape it. Alright, let's save it and try again. Couldn't save? Why not? Why are you doing this to me? Is it because of the avatar portal? Okay, that's saved. Let's now go back to the website. We'll refresh. Alright, let's see if we can transfer now. Nope, that's not what we wanted. Two assets? I don't have that anymore. Why is it saying there's a barrier? I'm pretty sure I just removed all that. Let's check again. I'm pretty sure I removed all that. Or it just hasn't updated. Interesting. Let's go back. Let's type in 256. There's no barriers anymore. They're just walls. Yes. So nothing else should be affecting it. I'll go ahead and save it again. Sweaty. Sorry about that. Alright, let's check again. Let's go experiences. Refresh. Okay, we're going to transfer to CyberDragon Games. Again, it's saying that's in use, but that's not true. Let's go to Asset Review and check it out. Okay, so we've got the wall and the astronaut, so that's fine. I can always send it back if it's an issue. So we'll go Endless Runner, transfer experience and send it to this account. We'll say accept and transfer anyway. And that's successfully transferred. Okay, so now what we're going to do is log into my other account. And see if it has arrived. So let's go experiences. And here it is. So we can go ahead and leave this account. And what we can do is reload it up just in case. Whoops, don't want that. Okay, endless runner. Oh, that didn't work. Let's try that again. Endless runner. Nope. It didn't like that. Maybe it needs some time. I know things do need a few minutes on the Sandbox backend before it does show up and work. So we can see here, it's in our experience. Let's load it up and make sure it works. Okay, looks like it's all working. The RNG is working as well. You can see the coin doesn't always spawn, probably because it rolled 4 or 5. Oh, sorry, 5 or 6. We only allocated it to 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just making sure it all speeds up and all spawns happen. It'd be cool if I can make an asteroid go really quickly. Maybe I can. Maybe I can put 2 basic platforms on each other to make it faster. Oh, that's me dead. And I got 595 defeats. Alright, so it works. It works. The one thing I would change quickly is just to add just invisible walls at the bottom here, so the player doesn't fall off and spawn back up on the top. And you can see how quickly I can put together a game, just a basic game. Once you have all the logic, the hard part, or the longer part I should say, is the design work, extra features, making all the little events happening in between, adding the story, custom assets, that sort of thing. So I don't bother about any of that stuff when I'm showing you guys on how to put logic together. So things are very raw and simple when I design, if you want to call it design. And we'll go ahead and upload this now to a land, and we'll have a little competition. Whoever can get the highest coin score will win a big wheel NFT. So that's now saved. Let me go ahead back to our page, and I'll go ahead and refresh this whole page. Hopefully it allows us to access the experience to upload it. I don't have a background image for it. But we can probably ask ChatGPT for one. That'd be cool. I did that with Hugh Hustle. But there's a bit of a delay on the website at the moment. I don't know what's going on. Things aren't loading as they should. And it's struggling. As you can see, some are loading, some are not. Any day now. Well, it says welcome to the chat room, so maybe my internet disconnected? I don't know what's going on. Am I still streaming? I don't know. Alright, here we go. Yep, still streaming, cool. Things were loading on the chat here and it reconnected, so maybe it was some lag. I don't know what's going on. But it's not normally this slow. Let's re-enter, see if it works. Let's chase the loading bar while we wait. There we go. Alright, experience page. Let's create one. We need a banner. No, we don't. We just need to have endless space runner version 1. That's version 0.1. It's really basic. How many coins can you collect before dying? Something simple, because again, I'm not serious about this one. I can add something here from ChatGPT. Let's see if that can give me anything of value. I got all sorts of things with ChatGPT. Hey Sally, can you make me a 1080p image of a voxel astronaut in space collecting gaming coins? Alright, let's see what comes up. I give it a really broad kind of description and I'll show the results when it pops up. And we can use that as a banner and as the icon, and we can post it. Alright, so this is the image it's given me. It's pretty cool. We'll use that one. It's probably not 1080p, but I can always alter that. It's not an issue. Let's download the web file and then desktop, and we want to open that up in Paint. There we go. Good old Paint. And what we can do here is resize. So in pixels, it's 19. What's it supposed to be? 1920 by 1080, something like that, right? What I can do is you use a snipping tool and you highlight around it. Okay, that was scary. I didn't mean that. And go File, New, don't save, resize, 1920 by 1080, and then you can Control V, and it kind of adds it to Paint. And I can maybe snip this and paint that, and draw a line down the edge. Yeah, that'll do. It's a quick job, but that's what we're doing. ZZZ space. That'll do. Cool. And we'll go ahead and get rid of that. We don't want to save. I'll quickly add this to here. No, here. This one. Yep, cool. Don't mind me. Game splash, and we've got the ZZ space. Confirm, that should work. Then we're going to add this again. Confirm, and then we'll save changes. Okay, that's going to take a little bit by the looks of it. Don't know what's going on. I mean, the picture doesn't kind of match, but it doesn't matter anyway. It's just purely example. Oh wait, we need to do this, don't we? Gaming and party game. It's probably going to load forever now. I should continue my board game as well. I was confused with the teleporting and displaying on the screen the variables. It wouldn't trigger for everyone. There was like a glitch, but I think I understand what the issue is now, and I should be able to continue this board game. Something I want to do. Save changes. Awesome, that worked. Let's publish. Single player. We don't want multiplayer. Although it would work as a multiplayer game, maybe. No, maybe not. Very slow today. It's probably my internet. So Lieutenant says, if you have time for questions today, I need to show a banner to everyone on the map with a value of a score variable. The banner doesn't appear when I send it. Oh, some error happened. Let's try that again. I suspect this is happening due to the player required condition, and it will be shown if the player triggers something that sends the message, but I want to show the total score through the timed event because of every player on the map. Spawning a giant volume trigger over everyone that sends the message and then destroying it seems to be working, but feels like a workaround, and I don't want to create and destroy it for showing and hiding banners. Is there a better and more elegant way of doing this? There isn't, which is why I told people to use that workaround, but I believe in 0.10 it fixes all of that. So the devs know what we're trying to do with the rule system. They watch my streams and suggestions, and that's something that we do need, is a command to show all HUDs and variables to the players. And yeah, that would be fixed in 0.10. Alright, so we've got map location. Let's do one of these. I've got a few levels we can click on. Which one should we do today? Yeah, let's do this one. Okay, we don't want any restrictions. Endless Space Runner version 0.1. Let's launch experience as a single player experience and click confirm. I have read the terms and conditions. And now launching. Alright, so now if I go to experiences, and you can see new experiences, here is the Endless Runner by CyberDragon Games. So, competition time. I know it's a very quick game that I put together, but the highest scores will get a big wheel NFT sent to them. So I do have a lot of copies of the NFT to give away. So we'll say the top 5 entries over the next 48 hours with the highest coin score will win a big wheel NFT. Just send me a screenshot of your score on Discord, and I will put it towards a leaderboard, and whoever has the top 5 will get an NFT. So it's just a little fun play around. Don't need to spend too much time on it. But yeah, in case you like gaming or you want to win an NFT, here's your opportunity to do so. It should work. I better load it up just to make sure it works. Because if it doesn't, that wouldn't be cool. Always test your work. And then fix, and then test, and then fix, and then test. I do a lot more testing than creating sometimes. Trying to fix bugs and little things in between to make sure it runs smoothly. And the game is pretty difficult, so once you hit the 90-second mark, things spawn really fast. So chances of survival is pretty slim over a long period of time while trying to collect the coins. But hey, if you make up a trick or find some glitches, might be useful. Oh, whoa. The game starts 10 seconds in, so as soon as you're loaded in, you're either dead or the game hasn't begun. So maybe I should put like a press E to begin sort of event. You reckon? I think that might be a good idea. Wait. Do I die and does that work properly? Yep, that all works. Does it end or does it give me a chance to reset? How does this work? Restart experience? Restart. Are you sure you want to restart the game? Okay. Does it just straight out restart? It says exit. What happened? Next. Restart. Ah, it has to load it back up again. Okay, that's not cool. Alright, let me Alt F4 out of that one. I will put in a quick starting button, so that way the slower PCs that load the game won't be 20 seconds and dead by the time it loads for them, because that's not very good. So what we can do here is I think this middle one here will do, and what I can do here is I can make that into a message broadcast that needs interact only once, and it will trigger to all, and that will be start game. Okay, so things just start, don't they? I need to have something that triggers and starts with start game. So how did I do this? That's all good. That's these variables here, and this one here, start timer, broadcast only once, and asset spawner. So maybe what I can do here is have this toggle as off, and I can start it with start game, and same with this. I can have a toggle. Oh, that's not a toggle. Toggle, and that will be off. Turn it on with start game, and I don't think I have a yeah, I think this should be fine, right? So nothing's beginning, nothing's happening, but the back end timer is ticking. If I press E, then the timer starts. Okay, so that's good, but the back end, why is that just ticking? Back end timer, add number, check value. So I've put that somewhere. I don't know where I put it. Is that it? Yeah, add number. So here, toggle, toggle. We don't want that to do anything until start game. And we probably message broadcaster, and that one doesn't have anything, but we can bring that in the middle. Something like that. Should we let the player know that they need to press E? Or we can just have a banner that pops straight up, right? Let's do that. We'll add a banner to let the player know. So what we can do is here we can instead have a speaker. We can have it after 1 second. It detects the avatar in range. When it does is trigger start banner, and that will only happen once. And then what we can do here is we can have a banner. So variables, no, here game banner, and this one here will be trigger start banner, and display. We can do text, can't we? So let's do text. Endless space runner version 0.1. Avoid getting hit by space rocks and collect as many coins and collect the coins. Okay, let's just do that then. Shown at the start of the game. Duration, is that banner or is it, no, it's not banner, it's pop-up. What we want here is pop-up window, and that's right. Trigger start banner, title is endless space runner version 0.1, and avoid the rocks while collecting as many coins as you can to get a high score. Message on close is start game. Right, so if I do tab, there we go, and then when I click OK, it begins. Hey, alright, that's ideal. That is better. So what we do is now we go to our experiences page, and we can go to our endless runner. We can close the experience, and now that it's closed, what we can do is we save, Control S. I wish toggle worked with volume triggers. Yeah, that would be good. I would like that as well. I've been working around it with replace asset. So I replace asset with an asset with the volume when I want it to trigger. And when I want it not to trigger, I replace it with another asset of the same type without the volume trigger. And then I replace that one again with replace asset. So I do like a loop on off loop of replace assets, one with the volume, one without the volume. It's a workaround like everything, but such is life at the moment in alpha software. things will improve down the track. Alright, so we'll go back. We will refresh the page because it is not launched. It should be unlaunched. Whoops. Refreshing took us back to the home page. Endless runner. Launch experience, single player, confirm. And as always, we read the terms and conditions. It's quite important. Alright, and we're in. So let's now check the experiences page. We'll click play. And now when we load in, it shouldn't begin 7 seconds into the game. It should have a banner and it will begin when we press OK. I don't have like a reset mechanism, so you have to reload the experience each time you want to have a shot. So that's something I can probably add down the track. But I'm just here to show the basic mechanics, not to make a full-on workable, repeatable game in the 1-2 hour session. But if it works, it works. So we'll load that now. Alright, so we've loaded in Endless Space Runner version 1.0. There's a bug. There's no cursor. Can I press enter? Yep. Okay, so I gotta press enter, then escape to get out. Alright, everything looks like it's working. I don't see any coins though. Is coins not working? Ah, yes, there it is. Just not many at the beginning, huh? Must have rolled a lot of 5s and 6s at the beginning. But it looks like it's working. Now we've got a starting and ending of the game. Oops. I hit an asteroid. And I've squat in. Look at me squat. Look at me squat. 140. That's abysmal. Abysmal score. Dismal. Alright. So if you want to fight for some NFTs, send me some high scores, screenshots in the DM, and after a couple of days or so, I'll announce the top 5 and I'll send you guys an NFT if you want to participate. If you have any questions or want to know things for Logic, send me a message on Discord. Happy to help. But thanks for tuning in today. Appreciate it. Hope you learnt something. Hope you had a bit of fun. And yeah, I'll see you guys the same time next week. Take care. Bye-bye.